Home sweet home, I guess. Hey, give it a chance. Sure. Just leave your stuff by the stairs and I'll carry it up to your rooms. You both must be exhausted. We can handle it. Oh, someone's here. A knock at the door. Atsu makes his way over to get it. Outside is a tall, self-important looking individual. Ah, hello! Atsu, Zev, Ajiro. Good to see you all. I'm Faisal Caliph. We're well aware. Where's the kid? Hardly a kid. Is this the, apartment? Indeed it is, though we've got a bit of cleaning up to do. Nuha looked visibly disgusted. A bit. Dad, you said I'll be staying here. How long exactly? Nuha, go find the others. I'd like to discuss some business with Ajiro for a moment. We've got nothing to discuss. I'm sure you'll find we do. Nuha sighed, obviously annoyed at being ignored. She walked over to where Atsu and Zev were. Wow, real-life royalty. Daughter of the richest guy in the world. I'd rather be acknowledged for my own many achievements. Talented young mage, social media influencer, generally cooler than I have any right to be. Suddenly a book floated out of her grasp. Somehow it began to speak. Well, everyone could hear it anyhow, though it didn't seem to have a mouth. And humble, too. Sarcasm is for jealous people, dear. Don't be nasty. Whoa, a magic book? Its name is Record. I suppose you could call it my arcane tutor. A gross oversimplification. For a nasty little dictionary. Seems fitting. Another knock at the door. Well, I guess that's all the time we've got. Fine. I'll leave the documents with you. Do consider it. This neighborhood is only losing value. Selling now is your best chance. Faisal sighed, handing the documents to Ajiro and heading out. He passed by a young boy waiting outside. The boy had a small backpack that was only half full, slung over one shoulder. Hey, Oscar, the kids were just setting their things down.
Oh, great! I, don't have much.
Who's this kid? Dad didn't tell you? No, why? Ajiro sighed. He set the papers that Faisal had forced on him down on the counter. Of course he didn't. Why would he? Okay, kids, this is Oscar Kamal. He was a ward of Agent Johnson.
I prefer Apprentice.
Johnson? Agent Johnson?
But I never really liked him.
Ajiro could see this was going to be a thing. Oscar, go put your stuff upstairs. I'll talk to the others.
Hang on, I think I can smooth things over.
No way! I am not living with some lackey for a guy who nearly killed us!
On second thought, maybe I'll let this settle a bit.
Oscar slipped away nervously. Atsu, I need you to calm down. Look! Ajiro, look! A loud blast and a flash of light filled the office. Is everyone okay? I'm good. I'm okay. Oscar ran back down the stairs.
I'm also good.
No one cares. I'm also fine, and I totally just saved your lives. Atsu rubbed his eyes, trying to adjust his vision after the blast. Whoa, is that a magic barrier? You can see it? Impressive. That's Atsu's power, sight. He can see magic, energy, auras. He can even see when someone's lying. That's how I knew the blast was coming. I could see a magical buildup. Well, thanks for the heads up. I barely got the barrier up in time. She flicked her wrist and the barrier disappeared. Someone tried to blow us up. I can't believe it. We traveled halfway around the world and people are still trying to kill us. We should look around, see if there's any evidence. What we should do is call the Sim and let them handle it. I agree with him. We moved here to get away from all that.
Wow, I've only been here for like 5 minutes and someone tried to kill me. This place rules.
Wait a second. It was you! It was Johnson! So much for trying to get away from all that. Atsu, you're jumping to conclusions. It makes perfect sense. He sent his little apprentice down here to finish the job he started last time.
Okay, I'm ready to admit that maybe calling myself his apprentice was stretching things a little.
Zev picked up a burned piece of paper. What's this? Oh, that's just a piece of my dad's stationery. It must have been in the file he gave Eijiro. Return to origin. Suddenly, the burnt corner of paper was restored to a full, small card with a strange symbol etched into it.
Whoa, your power's unburning paper. That's so specific. Oh, wow, this one likes me. Which one were you again?
I'm Zev Keita, and that's my twin Atsu. And no, my power is its return. I can basically revert things to a previous state. Zev showed the paper to the others. That's... You recognize it? Well, Record would know better, but it looks like an arcane rune. I can assure you, it is indeed an explosive rune. Arcane? Johnson doesn't use arcane magic, but Faisal Khalif does. Faisal, the rich guy? Why on earth would he try to destroy the tower? He wanted me to sell it to him. This could be his way of intimidating us. That paper the rune is on, it's definitely my dad's stationery. But surely you don't believe my father would go that far. Kid, I don't want to talk bad about your dad in front of you.
Why would a mega rich guy try to blow up the kids of a famous detective? Isn't that kinda super risky?
He's been at this for months, scaring off all the residents of this block. He's trying to get the council to sell it to him.
If he's doing something that violent, wouldn't he get busted?
If this card can actually be linked to him, it'd be the first bit of hard evidence we've ever gotten on him. I work for the council as an attorney.
Hold it, this is all a little too convenient, isn't it?
I was thinking the same thing. If that paper was etched with an explosive rune, why didn't it blow up? Why was there any piece of it left at all? And I think Oscar might be right.
I am?
It's really reckless to attack us on our first day in town right after visiting us in person. Right. Besides, his paper being here is hardly conclusive. Right. For example, let's say Johnson wanted to kill us. He plants an explosive here knowing Faisal is coming. He mixes in some sheets of paper like this, hoping one survives. He scowled at Oscar.
It seriously wasn't me!
Atsu, you sensed a magical buildup prior to the blast. Johnson has access to mages, but he isn't a mage himself. That means if Oscar isn't a mage either, it makes Johnson far less of a suspect than Faisal, right?
I'm not a mage. My power doesn't do anything.
Zev looked at Atsu for confirmation. It's odd. Oscar is like a blind spot for me.
That's my power. It does nothing, and nothing works on me. It's a dead end.
I can at least verify I don't see any ether around him, so that means Johnson's a less likely candidate. So that just leaves my father. You really think he would risk your life like that? Well, obviously not. A lie? Nuha flinched. Those eyes of yours sure are annoying. So, you do think he'd hurt you? I wouldn't put it past him. If it was between me and something he really wanted. Listen, I'm gonna go call Sho. Leave everything here as it is. Eijiro turned to leave the room. We're missing something. Wait, right before the explosion. Nuha, you were about to yell, huh? Well, of course. Something was about to explode. But how did you know? Why are you interrogating me? Eijiro told you my father's been driving people out of this town for a while. Even I know he's a dangerous man. I had my guard up. You framed him. You said it yourself. You're a mage. And you made that barrier which contained the explosion really fast. Almost like you were ready beforehand. Nuha frowned and looked to the ground. She glanced back up and pulled out her book. Akashic record. Give me a spell to erase memories. You... Wait! No! Record, give me the spell. As you wish.
And what about me?
What?
Powers and magic. None of that stuff works on me. Your little memory plan doesn't account for me.
I'll just...
What? Hurt me? Get rid of me? Wow, you took the tumble from taking on Dad to becoming him real quick, huh?
Nuha flinched. She lowered her book. If you're the only one who remembers, they won't believe you. I can still... Zev placed a hand comfortingly on Nuha's shoulder. Nuha, it's over. Your plan failed. Then why don't you all just go along with it? With you backing me up, it becomes even more believable. Especially with your power, Atsu. I'm not doing that. Haven't I made it clear yet? He's awful. You're not helping anyone by protecting him. It helps you. What? If we can pick apart this little farce in just a few minutes, don't you think your father could weasel out of it? And if he learns it was you already said, he's not above hurting you. Nuha glowered. She clenched her fist tightly. He always fools people. He gets away with everything. If anyone's ever going to stop him, then they'll have to play dirty like he does. I'm doing the right thing. Zev, I'll leave this up to you. I gotta go tell Atro not to call show. No! Zev placed a hand on her shoulder and shook their head. Nuha, you said he fools everyone, but he didn't fool you. And now you've shown us just how far he can push people. He won't fool us either. I promise you. I'll do everything in my power to help you if a chance to bring him down does present itself. Nuha sighed. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Like you said, I failed. For what it's worth, I am sorry. She clutched Record to her chest. I should go.
Go? Why?
Because I just blew up the office?
I mean, you put it under a barrier. You barely blew up a corner of a desk. Nothing a little spit shine won't clean out.
Oscar wiped the burnt counter, causing a chunk of it to fall off.
Well...
Zev laughed. I mean, I care a little bit that you tried to use us, but I agree with Oscar. I'm not going to kick you out. It seems like you've been struggling on your own for a while. I can understand how that feels.
Me too. Everywhere I go, I'm just Johnson's henchman. Even here.
Oscar, Atsu's just...
It's fine. I get it. The point is, if you think I'm mad, I'm not. So don't go leaving on my account.
Adro entered the room looking annoyed. You really went too far, kid. Kind sir, please forgive this foolish child. I tried to dissuade her from this path, but she is headstrong. Record, shut up. I'm not going to let some mouthy compendium bow its head on my behalf. Nuha frowned and looked down. I really tried to make sure no one would get hurt. I figured you of all people would understand why it's so important. Trust me, I hate that man more than anyone in the world. But this wasn't the way. I suppose you're right. If you understand, then I guess I'll let it slide. For now. Really? You're going to let me stay? I'll be keeping my eye on you, but sure. You're all quite forgiving. It's a little strange. To be honest, I know what it's like having a dad who makes you act a little crazy. I can't hold it against you, just... Yeah, sure, I understand. Never again. Madam, it warms my heart to know you have finally found a place that will accept you in spite of your horrible personality and recklessness. Record, I'm going to feed you into a paper shredder. Oscar waltzed over to Atsu with a cocky grin.
Wow, looks like we all learned a lot today. Like you, Atsu. You learned that, maybe little guy named Oscar, not so bad, huh?
I don't recall ever learning that, no.
Nah.
Zev shot Atsu a look. Atsu sighed. I guess I do owe you a slight apology. You weren't the one who tried to kill us.
Thank you.
Today.
You're trying. I'll give you that. You are trying to resist these charms. No one holds out forever.
Well, there's a first time for everything. Atsu grabbed his walking cane and made his way up the stairs. Sorry about him. Around a month ago, Johnson tried to kill our mentor, Akon Drake. We ended up getting roped in and got hurt. But I know Atsu. He'll come around. Just give him time. Zev pat Oscar's shoulder and then turned to head to their room.
I know.